This weekend is going to be the Ultra Unlock Raid Day in Pokemon Go, which is going to feature boosted shiny rates on Origin Forme, Dialga, and Palkia. This is going to be a fantastic day to be able to get some of these Pokemon if you've missed out. 100% IVs and more that you couldn't get in Pokemon Go. And not only that, there's an amazing bonus that's going to give you more XP. If you guys don't need more XP, you might in the near future. So let's get into the details. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. On Sunday, August 10th, from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. for a grand total of 6 hours, we're going to have Dialga and Palkia making their way into every single raid battle in Pokemon Go for 5 stars. This is going to be a fantastic time because these Pokemon are really powerful, and in tomorrow's video, we're going to go over how powerful these Pokemon are and where to use them in the appropriate forms in the game. So rest assured, you will know everything you need to know about Dialga and Palkia in the Origin form tomorrow. But with that said, guys, this day is going to be great, and if you guys do want to see me, I will be at the Arizona Diamondback Stadium tomorrow, probably for the first hour, and then I'm going to head out and start doing some raids. So if you guys do want to see me, I will make an announcement. Make sure to stay tuned to my Instagram and my Twitter at the Trainer Club with 2 Bs, because that's going to be how I update you guys once I get into the stadium and I see where might be a good spot to be able to meet. And then number 2, I will also be at the White Sox Stadium on Monday before I'm coming back for Worlds next weekend. So I'm going to be in a couple different places this week. It's going to be a fun week, and I hope to see all you guys there. So the bonuses of this event are going to be increased raid pass limit on Saturday from 2 p.m. on the 9th until Sunday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not only that, you're going to receive 5 additional free raid passes by spinning the stop. So if you guys do want to go out there and be a free-to-play player, you can do so. I would suggest not doing a raid on Saturday, bringing that raid pass into Sunday, because do you really need to do Lugia as opposed to the Origin forms? I would say that the Origin forms are way more valuable, but that is up to you to decide. There's going to be an increased chance of encountering shiny Dialga and Palkia from raids. There's going to be 1.5x the XP coming from the raid battles, which would be 15,000 on a lucky egg, you're getting 30,000. And there's going to be an increased chance of getting rare XL candy for trainer level 31 and up, which is awesome. But then there's the ticket, and the ticket, guys, is totally worth it. So for $5, you're going to get an additional 8 passes. So that's going to bring you to a grand total of 14 free passes for the day. There's going to be 1 rare candy XL for every Dialga and Palkia that you do catch. So if you did 50, you're going to get a grand total of 50 rare XL candy, which is awesome. I really think that they're starting to prep us for the Eternatus that's going to be coming out, expecting people to want to use all this XL candy, because remember, this Pokemon is going to take a tremendous amount of resources to power up. If you want to see what they're saying the power-ups are going to be right now, it's going to be very, very expensive. Thousands of candy to be able to max this. Goodness gracious, but just check that video out. There's going to be 3 times XP from raid battles. So remember, we're getting 10,000 XP to 30,000 XP on a lucky egg. That's going to be 60,000 XP per raid. So if you need that XP, it's going to be time for that. And there's going to be 2 times catch Stardust, which is not really the biggest bonus, but it's nice to have if you're going to be doing raid battles. Why not add a little bit of Stardust to the gameplay? So with that said, guys, make sure to do all of your raids the day before and the day of from the remotes. If you guys do want more remote raiding, you guys can jump into Discord, get into there for free. You could join one of the Patreon Premier Discord raiders down in the comments below, or you can also join one of my friends list and you guys can do raids with me as well. It's a fun time. This is going to be a great weekend. I love Dialga Origin and Palkia Origin forms, and I do not have the 100% IV, so I'm going to be raiding as much as I possibly can for it. Which then leads us to what's going to happen with the moves. Well, according to Pokemon Go, Pokemon may is the K word here, may have a move, the moves that they want, okay? So we have the Spatial Rend and we also have the Roar of Time. Those are going to be moves that you absolutely want, so hopefully if you get the Hundos and the Shinies, they do have that move. And if they don't, there's unfortunately, as of right now, I'm not saying that in the future they will not. As of right now, there is no way to be able to put that move onto the Pokemon with an Elite TM or anything like that. I was saying that maybe we treat it kind of like a bottle cap, where it's like you give it 2 Elite TMs and then you have to earn that move onto that Pokemon so that we're still trainers. Because remember, at the end of the day, Pokemon hunters are trainers, and that is the basis around the entire model of this game. And so I hope that this does happen eventually. So the strategy is find a downtown area, find a campfire group, go out there and raid really hard and have the appropriate counter set up, and most importantly, put on a Mega that's going to match this that you have at Mega level 3. If you need to know how to search for Mega level 3s and you don't know if you have any, it's going to be Mega 3 the number 3 afterwards, and that will show all of them. And then if you want to put the and sign dragon, it will show what mega level 3s you have as dragon, as long as they are dragon in their base forms, because remember, things like Sceptile and Altaria are going to change over into dragon types, including Ampharos, that do not start as dragon types. And just raid really hard. Be out there with the crew, link up with them, get into party play. Even if you need more players, you guys can take them down even faster with the party play. And then don't forget that to buy this ticket, I don't make any money off this, but it is worth it if you're looking for XP. I'm trying to hit that 1 billion mark of XP because level 60 might be coming really soon, and we want to make sure that we have enough XP if it is 1 billion to hit for level 60, so that I can be free and clear of that when that level system does come out. So now let's move into the counters. Let's start with the Dialga. This Pokemon is going to be a dragon and a steel type combination. This Pokemon maxes out at 4624. It's going to be weak to fighting and ground types, which is really impressive because it has a ton of resistances as well, which we will go into deep dive tomorrow in the video. Its fast attacks are going to be Dragon Breath and Metal Claw, and its charge moves are going to be Iron Head, Thunder, Draco Meteor, and the legacy move of Roar of Time. So this Pokemon is going to be a little bit problematic because you want to think you're going to be using a dragon type Pokemon, but you're actually not, because this one is going to be resisting dragon. 100% IV will be 2337, or weather boosted in windy weather or snowy weather at 2921 at level 25. According to Pokebattler, with level 40 counters, it's going to take 2 trainers to take down this Pokemon. So you are going to be able to do a good job after this, which then is going to lead us to what is going to be the top Pokemon to use against this. Well, it's going to be Mega Lucario. However, remember I told you to use a dragon type Pokemon. If we look into counter spot number 6, we do see Mega Garchomp. Garchomp is going to be strong against this Pokemon. It's going to be strong against the Palkia, and it's going to yield candy for both of these Pokemon. So my Mega recommendation, if you have it at Mega level 3, will be Garchomp with Mud Shot and Earth Power, and with a secondary move of Outrage, because remember, it does get that. Remember that Earth Power is going to be a legacy move from Calm Day, so that is going to be something that you will already have to have, or you're going to have to Elite TM that Pokemon. Great Pokemon, I love it, and it's something that you must have. In counter spot number 2, we have Primal Groudon with Mud Shot and Precipice Blades. 3, we're going to have Shadow Groudon, and then in spot number 4, we have a budget counter that's going to be Lucario with Force Palm or Counter. Either of those will be appropriate, and Aurasphere. In spot number 5, we have Double Kick and Sacred Sword on Terrakion. Spot number 6, we have the Mega Garchomp that we already talked about. Love that we can also use this Pokemon against 2 of the raid bosses, so it's covering all of the counters, and it can yield us that extra XL candy. In spot number 7, we have Mega Heracross with Counter and Close Combat. In spot number 8, we're going to have the Shadow Excadrill with Mudshot and Scorching Sands. In 9, we have Keldeo with Low Kick and Sacred Sword. In 10, we have the Therian Landorus with Mudshot and Sandsear Storm. In 11, we're going to have Mega Blaziken. In 12, we're going to have Shadow Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch. In 13, we have the Garchomp. In 14, we have the Single Strike Urshifu. In 15, we're going to have the Shadow Rhyperior, and further down the list if you guys do want to see here. But remember that our great budget counters are going to be Lucario, Excadrill, Conkeldurr, and then if you want to go for some of the legendaries, you can use any of the ones that I mentioned, but in the shadow forms, obviously most of us probably don't have it because we haven't had the raid day yet, but you can also use Groudon. And now let's move into the Palkia. So Palkia is going to be a water and a dragon type Pokemon. This Pokemon is going to max out at 4683. It's going to have a 100% IV of 2367. It's going to have a level 2500% IV at 2958, and that one's going to be boosted in water or windy weather. Okay, so if windy weather is the one that's going on for you, guess what, guys? You're going to have a ton of these Pokemon that are going to be boosted. This one is going to have 2 weaknesses once again, which is going to be dragon and fairy, and that's where that Mega Garchomp comes in for the dragon and the ground of the both types as weaknesses. The moveset of this Pokemon is going to be Dragon Breath, Dragon Tail, Aqua Tail, Fire Blast, Hydro Pump, Draco Meteor, and the legacy move of Spatial Rend. According to Pokebattler, it's going to take 2.03 trainers to take this down, and the number 1 counter is going to be Mega Rayquaza. So Mega Rayquaza does work. The only thing that it is not the best for is countering both of the Dialga and the Palkia. So if you want to have the best Pokemon, once again, it's going to be Garchomp, but if you also don't have that as a Mega level 3, any of the dragons will do, even though they're going to be good against this Palkia and they're going to be resisted against the Dialga, but that doesn't mean you can't use them. They're just not going to be quite as strong as fighting and ground. In spot number 2, we have Eternatus, which is not out yet. In spot 3, we're going to have Shadow Dialga with Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor. In spot number 4, Mega Gardevoir with Charm and Dazzling Gleam. In spot number 5, we have that Mega Garchomp. In spot number 6, we have the Mega Salamence with the Outrage, which is a Calm Day move. And then in spots 7 and 8, we're going to have the Dialga and we're going to have the Palkia with both of their signature moves. So this is a great space to see where these Pokemon do stack up, and they do not have their shadows out. They are in their origin forms and they are very powerful. In spot number 9, we're going to have the Shadow Palkia, and in spot number 10, we are going to have the Rayquaza with the move of Dragon Tail and Breaking Swipe. In spot 11, we have Mega Latios. In spot 12, we have Shadow Regigigas with the moveset of Hidden Power in the Dragon form and Crush Grip. In spot 13, we're going to have the Black Kyurem with Dragon Tail and Free Shock. In spot 14, we're going to have the Shadow Salamence. And in spot 15, we're going to have the Haxorus with that Breaking Swipe move. In spot 16, Shadow Dragonite with Dragon Tail and Dragon Claw. And if you guys want to keep going down the list, you can see other things such as the Dialga, the Regidrago, Crown Sword Zacian with Play Rough, and more. Some of the best budget counters are going to be the pseudo-legendary dragons that we've already covered in their Shadow and Mega forms, and maybe non, or the future. We're going to have Dragonite, we're going to have the Salamence, and we're going to have the Garchomp. So any of those are going to work, not quite as well, but are still going to work. So guys, that is everything you need to know about these specific Pokemon in Pokemon Go. These are going to be your counters that you go after. I hope you guys have a fun time out there. I'm excited to see what you guys get. I'm excited to hopefully meet some of you guys this weekend, and I love and appreciate you guys. I'm going to see you out on the next video. Peace.